Kodak was once a name that defined photography. For over a century, it was synonymous with memories, family albums, and iconic moments frozen in time. But behind the warm nostalgia lies one of the most tragic business stories of all time. A tale of arrogance, fear, and missed opportunity. This is the story of Kodak. Kodak, how a $31 billion giant went bankrupt by ignoring its own invention. Kodak was once a name that defined photography. For over a century, it was synonymous with memories, family albums, and iconic moments frozen in time. But behind the warm nostalgia lies one of the most tragic business stories of all time. A tale of arrogance, fear, and missed opportunity. It all started in 1888, when George Eastman founded Kodak with a revolutionary idea: make photography simple and accessible. His slogan was, "You press the button, we do the rest." And it worked. Kodak cameras became a part of everyday life. By the 20th century, Kodak had become a household name, dominating the film market and shaping visual culture. For decades, Kodak was unstoppable. In the 1970s, it controlled nearly 90% of the film and camera sales in the United States. Its revenues soared. It employed over 140,000 people. A Kodak moment wasn't just a marketing line. It was a part of growing up. But then, in 1975, something incredible happened. A 24-year-old Kodak engineer named Steve Sasson invented the world's first digital camera. It was crude by today's standards, capturing images at 0.01 megapixels, recording onto cassette tape. But it worked. He showed it to Kodak executives, excited to present the future of photography. Their reaction: indifference, even fear. They asked, why would anyone ever want to look at their photos on a screen? Kodak had built an empire on selling film. Digital meant no film, no development, no prints. So, they shelved the invention. Kodak had just created the future and locked it away. Meanwhile, the rest of the world began to move on. In the 1980s and 90s, companies like Sony, Canon, and Nikon started developing digital technology. By the 2000s, consumers were making the switch. Kodak tried to catch up, releasing digital cameras of their own, but the market had already shifted. Worse yet, Kodak clung to its film business for far too long. Instead of embracing the disruption they themselves pioneered, they tried to protect the past. Their management was stuck in an outdated mindset, hoping their brand would carry them through the storm. By the late 2000s, Kodak was bleeding cash. Their digital cameras couldn't compete. Their film sales were dying, and their leadership was still unsure of what to do next. In 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. A company once valued at $31 billion had collapsed under the weight of its own fear. But perhaps the most painful part: Kodak didn't fail because of competition. Kodak failed because it lacked the courage to lead in the very future it invented. They had the technology, they had the talent, but they didn't have the vision. Today, Kodak still exists, but it's a shadow of its former self, focusing on printing, licensing, and other niche areas. The brand is still remembered, but its legacy serves as a warning. Innovation means nothing without action, and no empire is too big to fall. Innovation means nothing without action, and no empire is too big to fall. If you found this story thought-provoking, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into the rise and fall of legends. Your support helps us bring these forgotten stories back to life. Until next time, stay curious.